Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel MedCap. In this video, we will talk about cellular adaptations. Adaptations are the reversible changes in the size, number, phenotype, metabolic activity, or the functions of the cells in response to the changes in the environment. In this video, we will talk about 4 adaptations. These include hypertrophy, hyperplasia, atrophy, and metaplasia. Firstly, we will discuss about hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is increase in the cell size and hence there is increase in the size of the affected organ, but there is no increase in the number of cells. Hypertrophy occurs in the permanent or non-dividing cells. Example, skeletal muscle cells or the neurons. Hypertrophy can be physiologic hypertrophy or the pathologic hypertrophy. Physiologic hypertrophy caused by the increased functional demand, whereas pathologic hypertrophy caused by the hormones or the growth factors. A classical example of physiologic hypertrophy is the growth of uterus during pregnancy, whereas for the pathologic hypertrophy, it is enlargement of the heart in response to the pressure overload. This can result either from the hypertension or because of the valvular diseases. Hypertrophy, it is because of the increased cellular protein production. Next, we will talk about the hyperplasia. Hyperplasia is increase in the number of cells in the organ or the tissue in response to the stimulus. It occurs in the cells which are capable of dividing. Again, the hyperplasia can be divided into physiologic or the pathologic. Physiologic hyperplasia, it occurs when there is a need to increase functional capacity of the hormone sensitive organs or when there is a need for compensatory increase in the organs after the damage or the resection. So, based on this, again the physiologic hyperplasia is divided into hormonal hyperplasia and compensatory hyperplasia. So, the example of hormonal hyperplasia is the proliferation of glandular epithelium of the female breast at the puberty and during the pregnancy, and for compensatory hyperplasia is the liver regeneration, that is after the partial hepatectomy. Pathologic hyperplasia, it is caused by the inappropriate action of hormones or the growth factors acting on the target cells. Example of this includes endometrial hyperplasia. Hyperplasia occurs by the growth factor driven proliferation of mature cells or by the increased output of the new cells from the tissue stem cells. Next, we will talk about atrophy. Atrophy, it is defined as a decrease in cell size and hence there is decrease in the size of organ or the tissue. Atrophy can be divided into physiologic atrophy and pathologic atrophy. Physiologic atrophy, it is common during the normal development. Some embryonic structures like notochord and thyroglossal duct, they get atrophied during their normal development. Next is pathologic atrophy. There are many causes for the pathologic atrophy. These include decreased workload. For example, some muscle, if it is not used for a long time, then it undergoes atrophy. This is called as disuse atrophy. Next is loss of innervation. The normal metabolism and the functions of a muscle depends on its nerve supply. So, if there is damage to the nerve, then it undergoes atrophy. This is called as denervation atrophy. Other causes include decreased blood supply, decreased nutrition, and loss of endocrine stimulation to the hormone sensitive organs, and pressure, that is the tissue compression at any length of time, it can also cause atrophy. Atrophy results from decreased protein synthesis and increased protein degradation. At lastly, we will discuss about metaplasia. It is a reversible change in which one differentiated cell type is converted to the another cell type. It means one cell type which is sensitive to the particular stress, it is converted into another cell type so that it can withstand the adverse environment. Most common epithelial metaplasia, it is columnar to squamous. It occurs in the respiratory tract in response to the chronic irritation. In the habitual cigarette smokers, the normal ciliated columnar epithelial cells are replaced by the stratified squamous epithelial cells in the respiratory tract like in the trachea and bronchi. Vitamin A deficiency, it also induces the squamous metaplasia in the respiratory epithelium and in the cornea. There also occurs metaplasia from squamous to columnar type. It is seen in the Barrett's esophagus, where the normal stratified squamous epithelium of the esophagus, it is converted into the intestinal-like columnar cells in the presence of refluxed gastric acid. Next is the connective tissue metaplasia. Here there is formation of the bone, adipose cells and cartilage in the tissues that normally do not contain these elements. For example, there is a formation of bone in the muscle. This is designated as myositis ossificans. Metaplasia results from the reprogramming of local tissue stem cells. That is, the local tissue stem cells, they are reprogrammed in such a way that the one cell type is converted to the another cell type. This was all about the cellular adaptations. If you like the content, then please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel.